Start. My name is Marcin Borkowski and I will be showing you my newest game, The Case of Andrew D. We will play through the tutorial and we will browse reports in some other investigations, but I don't plan on playing them to not spoil anything, so the stream will be quite short. Yes, what you see is my desktop, and that's for a purpose. This is an alternate reality game where you will use your own computer and programs, and mostly not the game itself. Let's go. When I was 10, I pressed something on cousin's camera and deleted all his photos. I was mortified. My cousin plugged the memory card into the PC, did some magic, and they all came back. I couldn't believe my eyes. He showed me how to recover files and told me about a hacker who was tracked after posting his girlfriend's photo online. I wanted to be a digital forensics investigator ever since. I learned the basics and sent my embellished CV wherever I could. Finally, I was given a chance to prove my skills. Subject: internship. You have been accepted for the internship. Please call our secretary, Ms. Violetta Rembas-Pawlicek, to arrange the meeting for signing the paperwork. Once you have installed and launched the remote access client, please see the attached file, log in using the following credentials: username intern, password Memphis Bell 1990. The software will grant you limited access to selected cases. You will be working with Ms. Pawlicka. Regards, Jan Rutkowski. We have to remember this username and password as we will use it right now. So, intern Memphis Bell 1990. Okay, so we are in. Before we start, final version we will have a different setting behind the story. You won't be an intern, but the game itself and all the ideas, all the mechanics will be exactly the same. This is the client that we use to connect to the company server. On the left, there is a list of the cases. We can select cases. When you select one of the cases, you can, on the right there are 4 tabs. First one shows reports. Reports are a main way of exchanging the information and document progress of the investigation. In theory, they should be limited to just investigation-related information, but that's not always the case. The client itself pretends to be connected to the company server, but it's not connected anywhere. Everything happens on your machine. If you are afraid of security, there is no risk here with any outgoing connections. Other tabs here are case files, where we will see. Oh, I forgot to delete 2 files from the trials I did about an hour ago. So in case files tab, there are remote files which are on the company server, and local files. This is actually a folder in documents folder that you can access at any moment, and you can then work on real files. Then there is a data tab. It will look slightly different. I'm polishing the user interface, so this tab is already a bit different. It will let you enter type text data whenever it is important. And finally, there is a map tab showing map of Warsaw, we will deal with Warsaw, and we will mark here places related to investigations. Knowing Warsaw is not necessary. Sometimes it can help, but basically it's about finding places using hints you will find in the story and in the photos, and knowing the city is not necessary. Okay, so we can read any of the reports. As you can see, we can select cases here. Each case has a summary. As you can guess, the one assigned to investigation assigned to Guido Tutorialski is just a tutorial. In the final version, there will be, of course, many more investigations, not only those few. So first, if you are afraid that the text here is too small, you can enlarge it. So the first report I clicked on said, "Hello there, if you, I can see you have read my message. In 20 seconds I will send another one." And just like Guido promised, he sent us another message. I feel a bit ashamed calling it game mechanics, but in fact sometimes it is enough to read a report to progress with the investigation and to push it further. So the next message says, "I have uploaded a zip file to the server. I can't seem to unpack it. Go to the cases files tab, save the file to your disk, guess the password, and then upload the unpacked file back to the server to the tutorial folder." If you remember, a moment ago there was no files here in the remote directory. This file appeared right now. Files here on the right were already copied earlier by me. But typically you will just, when the new files appear here, you will just select them, select a copy. It asks us whether to overwrite the file. This is the file that is in the documents folder, in remote access subfolder. Whatever program you use to open zip files will show here, and apparently there is inside there is one image. We can try to copy it here, but it's not possible. It asks us about password. We don't know password. There were no hints so far in the investigation. Typically you will be able to deduce the password from what has happened earlier. But there is a hint here because the file has a very specific and very characteristic name, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's common knowledge that this is a password that should be never used. So let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the problem with the files I left. Yes, please replace the file. Obviously, it unpacked the file and copied it to my disk. What is that? Well, there's some guy. Let's face it, it's not some guy. It's me. I asked my wife to take this picture in some place with some characteristic building behind. Now Guido asked us to upload the file back to the server, so we'll select the file, copy it to the server, and now we have to wait whether he will find it the correct, whether he will think it's the correct one or not. Typically, you will be able to browse other investigations in the meantime. For example, this one about a swindler who cheated on someone. Okay, we have another report from Guido. Great. Now try to find the location where the photo was taken and pinpoint it on the map in the map tab. The report we have, the signal we have heard means there was a new report added here. This investigation already started and it goes on by itself at the moment. We'll get it there later. Now, finding such place, you can do it any way you want. There is no, if you try to use Google reverse image search, it will probably show at least where the building is. If you will try to Google for Warsaw skyscrapers, you will find an image of the building quite quickly. One of the streamers that tried the game Googled for tourist points, tourist places in Warsaw, and he got this place too. So it's finding such places can be done in any way. There is no good or bad way of dealing with the game, with opening zip files, with finding the information. The only thing that counts is whether it worked or not. In fact, if you decide to break passwords by brute force, it's perfectly okay, although in most cases it is completely unnecessary. Okay, so the building is very characteristic. What I will typically you can check whether there is no EXIF info information that gives the location of the file, but apparently there is no such information in this file, so we have to use some other approach. My favorite is to use Google Earth in such situations, and as the building is very high and very characteristic, it's easiest in this particular case to switch Google Earth to building 3D mode and to check Warsaw skyline. And if you do so, you will see this building immediately. It's called Pałac Kultury I Nauki. So now the only thing that is left is to find where the picture, from where the picture was taken. Apparently, it was taken from one of the main in one of the main axes of the building, and there is a characteristic thing, there is a fountain behind. So let's check. This is one of the axes of the main axis, but there is no fountain here. There is no fountain here. There is no fountain here, besides the building looks differently from this side. But if you look here, there is a fountain, and apparently the picture was taken somewhere from here. So now we can get back to the game. Switch to the map tab. Zoom in. And well, I was able to do it fast because I know Warsaw, but you will have no problems doing exactly the same with the program, and we'll add marker here. Apparently the person taking picture was somewhere around this place. Now we have to wait a moment for Guido to check whether we were right. Good job, but can you guess the name of the man in the photograph? Now, the photo is called Marcin, and Marcin is just a male name, so sure. We can't be sure. We can't be sure it is a picture of Marcin. Could be Marcin took the picture, but that's definitely something we can try. So data was sent to the company server. After the data is sent to the server, it takes some time for the person responsible for the investigation to check whether it fits the information, whether it makes sense. So it's you can think of it as if there were live people on the other side that have to deal with the situation. They have to spend time to work the things and so on. And they can be out of the office and not able to answer quickly and such things. Okay, so Guido tells that it seems like you have a good grasp of the fundamentals now. Have a look at other reports. You might just help someone crack a case. That was, we know now all mechanics that will be used to solve the cases. But the game doesn't end here. I mean, it's not like solving the cases just by finding the places, cracking the passwords is everything. I will show you a bit from the main investigation from the demo to show what I mean. Let's start. We have a missing person case. Raimund Kozłowski, age 20, disappeared last week. Violetta Rembas-Pawlicka, you may remember her. She was mentioned as a secretary in the first mail. Writes to Ewa Palicka. I have taken a missing person report from a concerned mother. I told her we should contact her as soon as possible. Can you call her back? Ewa Palicka. I've just talked to the woman. She seems very agitated, crying, please save my child. Her son is nowhere to be found, but it looks like he took some stuff with him. I'd say he took off rather than went missing. The police took the missing person report, but they don't seem to care much as he is an adult and a university student. His phone number is active. It's been a few days since the man went missing, so it must have been charged lately. He doesn't answer the phone. The woman failed to provide me with any info on his friends. She doesn't know where to look for him. I'm searching his room first thing tomorrow. So next day, Palicka went to check, and here she describes what she found at home. I'm not going to read everything, but I will show you one more thing. A man just called to talk about Bartek Kozłowski. I don't recall the name, but maybe by Bartek he meant this Raimund guy. Call him back if you can. Yep, that's the same case. That's Palicka after talking to the man who called. He is the missing person's father. The missing man's name is Raimund Bartłomiej Kozłowski. He prefers to go by his second name, Bartek for short. So, you can already see that the guy doesn't want to be called Bartek, but his mother doesn't want to be called Raimund, but his mother does that. So perhaps there is some tension at the house, so perhaps there is something going on. I'm not going to dig deeper. That's to not spoil the game. It's a demo that you can download and check. So please go and try. If you have any questions, if you want to know anything more in community part of the Steam, there is in the discussions I posted a link to our Discord server. You can ask on Steam. You can go to our Discord server and ask there. And there is one more thing I want to say about the game itself. What you see is just an investigation, but the plan is to not only allow people to play, but also to let them create their own investigations. What you see here is XML file which contains part of the tutorial, how it's organized, and it is perfectly possible to create new investigations just by typing, but there is no reason to do so, because it is also sorry about that, but it is also possible to use a built-in editor. It's still far from being perfect, but as you can see, there are plenty of detailed information here, like object IDs, which are used by the program internally to connect different parts of the investigation, and these are very inconvenient to type by hand. Editor takes it helps with all that. You will just choose the IDs, choose the objects that you need to use, and it's most of the work I'm doing now with this editor. Probably there is always some final touch that requires just typing in the XML file, but most of the work is very convenient to do. It's not decided yet whether the editor will be available just as part of the game, or as or if it will be some in some other way given to those interested. It's not yet clear whether those new investigations will have dedicated server, or they will be just on Steam. It's all to be decided, but definitely, if someone is interested in designing their own investigations, I invite you to our Discord server. That's the best place to discuss such things. So please try the demo, try the game, see whether you like it or not, and if you think it can be interesting, just add it to your wish list. And game will be released somewhere next year. It's not yet decided when, but you will not have to wait really long. Thank you, and see you on our Discord server.